YouTuber Panji Petualang typically focuses his content around wildlife, specifically catching snakes, crocodiles and other reptiles. On this specific day, he and his crew were out at night in the forest searching for frogs to use as snake feed. He has never posted anything about the paranormal, the occult or the extraterrestrial before, but in this video, they discovered something that may have converted them into tinfoil hat wearers. Did you see that? Watch closely. A rail-thin, pale, hunched-over figure sneaks past the group as they walk into the forest. At first, none of them notice what happened and they trek on blissfully ignorant.
Kok gue merinding ya? Hah? Sama, lewat jembatan udah kayaknya.
That was until one member of the group, Alpri, noticed something out of the corner of his eye and turned to try and see it. When he did, the group immediately gave chase.
Apa itu? Hilang. Alah, anjir. Apaan itu, Pak? Lu lihat ya tadi, Pak? Lihatlah. Merinding, Pak. Pak, review dulu, Pak. Review, Pak. Gambarnya, Pak. Gue penasaran, Pak. Siap. Ada yang punya HP nggak? Cover dulu pakai HP. Ntar matiin dulu ya. Ntar dulu. Ntar dulu. Dah. Gue matiin dulu lampu biar kelihatan. Mana? Apaan ya? Nih. Ntar dulu. Gimana sih itu? Tuh. Anjir, apaan tuh? Iya bener udah nongol dari pas kita udah turun tadi. Iya, pas dari tangga. Coba lagi ulang. Coba mundurin. Langsung tadi, Pak. Enggak, back sedikit lagi, sedikit. Ah, dari sini aja. Tuh, nah, tuh. Gua nggak lihat itu, nggak ada gua lihat apapun. Gua juga yang megang kamera nggak lihat. Nah, cuma dari sini, pala gua berat, sakit banget. Apa gua bilang? Pas gua noleh ke kanan, ada yang lari. Iya anjir merinding, parah loh tuh merindingnya tuh gua tuh. Iya apaan ya? Hah? Emang di sini emang suka ada kayak gitu? Baru ini gua ngalamin seumur hidup. Gua tinggal di sini lama. Anjing larinya kenceng banget. Kenceng asli. Orang lu tubruk gak kena kan? Tadi siapa yang nubruk sampai jatuh? Gak kena kan, langsung hilang kan? Makanya ditubruk Alpri.
Anak kecil mah mungkin gak yang gitu mah.
Makanya.
Pelangi, Pak. Ngeri, Pak.
Teman-teman, ini udah gak sehat. Sumpah udah gak sehat banget. Tadi kita sempat lihat burung hantu. Memang di sini banyak burung hantu. Gagak pun masih ada, teman-teman. Bisa kita temui di sekitar sini. Karena memang daerah dekat rumah saya ini itu memang saya sering edukasi teman-teman di sini, masyarakat di sini buat ngejaga dan melestarikan.
They did not manage to grab hold of whatever it was they were chasing. But that was probably for the better. I mean, just look at it. As they were about to find out though, that would not be the last they saw of the strange figure. It still wanted to wish them a fond farewell.
Palamas, Pak. Ini larinya barusan. Hilang aja. Mbak, dapat gak gambarnya, Mbak?
Dapat, Pak, tapi lemes, Pak.
Yok. Lu lihat gak Yok tadi, Yok?
It vanished into the leaves before anyone could lay a finger on it. The figure does not look human at all, nor does it look like any common forest-dwelling animal. So what on earth is it? A cryptid? Something extraterrestrial? Or do you have a better idea? Leave any that you have down below. Number 9. Beyond the oil wells. Paranormal investigator Alan Bari had set his sights on a new, terrifying adventure at an abandoned settlement in Saudi Arabia. It was once tied to a successful oil facility that had been shut down and abandoned years prior. When Alan had asked around about the settlement, everyone told him to stay away, as there had been multiple sightings of strange figures and unexplainable nocturnal activity. All of this just spurred him on more, going on a solo, late-night investigation, where he soon realised that nobody was joking about the area.
السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. يا هم مخيف ومرعب في عيون هناك. والله يا إنه المكان مرعب. وش سالفة النيران هذه يا جماعة؟ كأنها شبة نار. وش دي؟ أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. السقف. شجرة جوة الغرفة. شفتوا؟ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والله الشجر.
During his trek, he documented a series of increasingly frightening anomalies, from window shutters opening by themselves with no breeze, to a set of glowing eyes following him around. But while he tried to put it all down to local cats, he was soon proved wrong when he saw a shadowy, humanoid figure moving around a ruined structure.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
He went to check out the building to see if there was anyone squatting that he had missed, but there was nobody inside at all. After he discovered the figure and the lack of anyone around, he abandoned his investigation, feeling as though he was being stalked. What do you think happened during this video? Was he really being followed by a shadowy entity? Or is there another explanation? Number 8. Reflections of the Past. A young traveller was staying in an isolated hotel next to a forest, and decided it would be rude not to film a room tour for his followers. He recorded the video and posted it, waiting to see what people thought of his room, but they caught wind of something much more disturbing that he didn't notice until it was pointed out. Take a look for yourself.
Guys, we arrived in the hotel of Lucknow.
Did you see it? As he pans the camera past the mirror, the reflection shows a pale woman with an unsettling gaze, and he swears he was locked in and alone that night. So what could this be? Some kind of camera trickery? Or is the hotel truly haunted? Leave your thoughts down in the comments. Number 7. Knock Knock. A woman named Larita was spending a normal afternoon in her house with her kids, but she was soon disturbed by a sinister presence trying to enter her home. It all started when she saw something out of the corner of her eye and was so convinced that someone had broken in, she got her friend to record their investigation, which is when they realized that they were dealing with something paranormal.
Over here. Shit. Oh, what happened?
Dude, run. There's a guy inside.
Okay.
Run. Hey, where's your sister?
She's in her room sleeping.
She's inside?
Yeah.
Dude, look. There's a shadow right there.
What the heck?
Told you there was somebody in here. Amber, baby, come here. Amber. Dude,
No.
what was that?
The door just closed over there.
Amber. Baby, come here. Are you in here? Dude, I pulled the door back.
Oh my god.
What is that? Someone's at the front door. What do I do?
Go to the front door, yes.
Dude, nobody's there. No one's at the front door.
Who rang the doorbell then?
It's knocking, but there's nobody there. Dude,
There's no one there.
should I open it?
No. Oh,
The noise is coming back. It's getting louder and louder.
oh my. Now it's the doorbell again?
What is going on here?
The doors banging and strange feeling throughout the video is already unsettling enough. But the weirdest part was the situation at the front of the house. The doorbell was ringing.
Dude, nobody's there. No one's at the front door.
But it's certain that there was nobody there at all. The abrupt end to the video left a lot of people confused. What did she see before the camera cut? Could it be the presence of a mimic or some other kind of entity? Leave your thoughts and theories down below.
Told you there was somebody in here.
Number 6. From Eyes to Human. Paranormal creator Dee's Dark Adventures was live streaming to her audience whilst exploring an open field at night. After a while of wandering around, Dee began reporting a strong smell of burning, but not wood or anything natural. She said the smell was almost chemical. Then the atmosphere completely shifted, and Dee realized that she was not alone.
I smell something burnt, like not wood. I don't know what that smell was. It was quick. Where do those damn geese come from? They sound like they're getting louder. What is that? All the way over there. What is that? It's way across the field, so it's blurry. Woo! Woo! It's making noise over here. Let's go over here. Oh, I got you guys zoomed in. I'm sorry. Is that a tail? I don't know, man, but it's big, and I'm not going over there to see. I just seen a little bit of movement, and it's black, and there's nothing. It's too big to be a tree trunk. I don't know what it is. I don't want to think about it. I just show you guys and... Ah!
What the fuck is that?
At first, she thought she had seen the shadow of an animal or a tree trunk, but as she continued to investigate, she noticed something that defied all logic.
What is that? Ooh. What the? You look like a person. Oh my god. Oh my god. Was that a person? Oh my god, I'm gonna die. What was that? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What was that?
Did you see what she saw? A tall, dark figure lurks between the trees and branches. She only saw a pair of glowing eyes at first, and because human eyes do not reflect particularly strongly in the light, so she thought she was safe, until she watched the figure unfurl itself and poke its head up. Luckily, she didn't stick around to find out what the beast was capable of, but what could it have been?
What the? You look like a person.
And how long was it watching Dee explore the silent field? Was it waiting for her to walk past unknowingly into its trap? Or is there another possibility?
I just saw a head poke.
Number 5. Stealth Camp Gone Wrong. The creator behind the Abandoned Camper YouTube channel is known for her paranormal stealth camps, so when she went to explore an abandoned asylum in Ontario, Canada, she thought she had already seen it all. What she didn't know was that the asylum had a disturbing history, consisting of invasive procedures, medical malpractice and neglect. So when she went to explore, she immediately felt the tension in the air grow thin as he walked in.
I think we're almost there. I've heard this place has security, but we'll see how much we can get away with. We're not going to be disruptive or anything. We just want to have some looking around to do. I see a building. I also just heard some voices.
She could hear strange, disembodied voices echoing through the empty fields ahead, and even spotted a light anomaly just drifting in the distance, seemingly unattached to anything. But as unsettled as she was, she carried on until she heard someone or something pay her a visit.
Something just ran up behind me. Anyways, I was trying to record this building for you, and I was facing it, and something fucking comes running at me from this way. Holy crap, I wish I got that. Okay, that was so freaky. Okay. Well, I guess here's a good place to tell you guys what this place is. So, this right here, like I said, is Ontario's hospital. This is where they would do lobotomies, they would do shock therapy, lots of other sick kind of experiments like that. Which a lot of the information on this place is...
She says that as she was recording footage of the front of the building, she heard footsteps charging at her from out of the darkness. Perhaps they didn't want to be reminded of the experiments that took place inside. When this happened, the explorer trusted her gut and didn't enter the building, opting instead to set up her stealth camp in the adjacent woods.
I'm still kind of freaked out by that person running at me. I've never had that happen before, and I've seen videos on it happening, but definitely wish I got that one on film for you guys. Anyways, now that we've you know, stirred up some energy. Let's go find somewhere to sleep.
But finding a suitable place to camp for the night was proving difficult, as she had already disturbed something around that area.
Just as I thought I found a good spot, I hear a woman screaming. The road is right behind me, so I think maybe it was just like someone in their car screaming, but still. So, while there aren't any cars driving by, this tree and that tree there, I think, are gonna be my trees for the night. This spot actually looks pretty good.
A woman's scream pierced the silence, leaving the explorer terrified. After a while, she was able to find somewhere she felt safe enough to set up camp and tried to rationalize the scream to herself.
I'm gonna set up the hammock, and I'm just gonna show you guys my finished setup because I don't really want to be a beacon of light in this little forest next to the asylum and with the road right there. Also, you guys don't want to...
There was no passing traffic or any footsteps indicating someone walking past. This left the explorer and her viewers deeply unsettled. And can you blame them?
Hello? Oh, it's in the corner. Whoops. Oh, get out! Shit!
Number 4. Proof at 2 AM. At around 2 AM, this homeowner experienced something that convinced him that he wasn't crazy. See, he had been dealing with strange anomalies in his home for months, ranging from phantom breaths on his neck to disembodied voices. The man had no idea how to prove any of it to himself or anyone else, so he began recording his investigations. This clip was caught after he heard a violent bang nearby that scared his dog, Frau, showing that the entity in his home had been no imaginary affair.
Ok, confirmamos que sí es porque has quitado.
He enters one of his rooms only to be faced with a horrific sight. Behind his closet door, inside a structural gap, 2 pale, childlike hands were pressed against the frosted glass, completely still, almost beckoning him to open the door and take a look. As he got closer, he feared that a child may have snuck in somehow and gotten themselves stuck, or maybe it was a prank. So he tiptoed gingerly towards the door, only for the situation to get 10 times scarier.
Hola. Ay, chinga tu madre. No mames.
The second he lines his hand up with the hands on the door, a distorted, bloated face presses into the glass too.
Ay, chinga tu madre.
Completely contradicting the small nature of the hands. This event was the final straw, leading the man to completely abandon his home to seek safety and someone to figure out what the hell was going on. What do you think of this encounter? What on earth could have been lurking inside a structural gap in his storage closet? Do you have any ideas?
Ay, chinga tu madre.
Number 3. Watching him, following him. A man was returning to his apartment building one evening, but luckily for him, on this day, he had stopped to give the windows a glance, which was how he saved himself from one of the creepiest situations of his life.
I'm outside of my apartment building and there's something watching me from my window. Hold up. I don't know what or who that is, but it keeps watching me, following me. My God. Okay. And as soon as I run back upstairs, it's gonna disappear. What do you want?
A weary, dark figure with a pale grey face stares at him from his apartment window. A lot of viewers were convinced the figure was the shadow of a coat rack or something hanging on a hanger, but the figure is so solid and defined. Are there coat racks that look that humanoid? And it definitely couldn't be fabric hanging. The shape just doesn't make sense. The creepiest part of this video is what the man said though. He observes that the figure seems to be tracking his movements, vanishing every time he got to the door. Was it waiting for him to enter the building in ode to something sinister? Or was there something else happening in this video? Leave your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. Number 2. The Midnight Melody. Kat Snaps lives in Tuaia, Washington, and documented a horrifying reoccurring phenomenon next to the river behind her home. At around 1 AM some nights, the same strange thing happens, and once she was able to catch it on camera.
Okay, so as you can see, it's pitch black out there, right? I live on a river, and there's no lights. So, there's a little one there. But like, it's pitch black. So just listen for a moment, okay? And tell me that you would not be out by this. What the fuck?
A haunting, melodic song drifts across the river. The night is pitch black, but the song is clear as day. A few commenters were suspicious of it being anything unexplainable, saying that many people could be living near the river. So Kat made this video in response.
Okay, so this is where I was filming that last night with the singing, okay? So, like, look, it was coming from that direction out there. So, somebody is obviously singing. I know it's a person. It's not like a scary witch or something, but yeah, like why at midnight in the pitch black in the wilderness? Like that's odd.
So if the song itself comes from over in the sticks, who could it possibly be? Ancient folklore and mythology often points to either sirens, fays, or harpies when it comes to beautiful, disembodied singing. So what could it be? Is something trying to lure Kat out to the river at night? Or is there something else going on? Number 1. Vanished in a blink. TikTok user Janet posted a creepy video that went viral. Her son was dancing out in front of the Ring doorbell in the evening, but as he was having fun, something struck out of nowhere and left him shivering. Take a look.
There's the light flash.
A huge flash of light appears in the sky behind the boy. It appears for a split second, illuminating the area around it, before vanishing as quick as it was there. Is there some kind of extraterrestrial tomfoolery going on? What do you think? Let us know.
Watch closely. Notice how the fur seems to match the grass and foliage. Its proportions, long arms, forward-leaning upper body. The object flying off the shelf is especially creepy, might be in this detail. Her face looks ghostly pale, her eyes pitch black.